What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? This is another, well, I can't just say another. It's the final AVM Superhero Caregiver Basket giveaway. And it's a somber moment, but I wanted to bring on some people on here to to celebrate this great time, this great event that's happening on with us. And I have first of all, I have Cola Nelson on here. She's one of my great creators of my AVM Superhero Caregiver Basket. So I'll first introduce her, and then I'll bring in my next person. So Cola, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well, my sister. I am well. I thank you so much for coming on to this final and last caregiver basket. It's a somber moment for me, and I really appreciate you and all the things that you have done. Um, I also have another person that is part of this journey as well. Her name is Michelle Humphreys. She's stroke mom and she's on here as well. She helped me out with my caregiver basket, creating great uh, gifts for our caregivers by handcrafting her occupational therapy type of artwork to give back the love and support that they desperately need. So, hello, Michelle. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am well. I am well, and I thank you, ladies, so much for everything you've done for us. It just came to a moment in time that it was harder for me to find caregivers. I've done over about 57 caregivers so far. 56. The 57 will be the one that we're doing today. But I have done so many of them. I've reached out to people all over the country, from I guess all the way from the Washington State all the way down to Florida. So I've been trying to do my best as a AVM stroke survivor to give back to these caregivers. And I appreciate you ladies for helping me make this goal happen. So I really appreciate you guys. So without any further ado, I want to just say thank you to the other, I guess, vendors, because there was a lot of people that did give out donations. But I wanted to talk about the different vendors. I wanted to shout them up, give them a little a moment of glory and thank you for them to doing all their things. So I have named both of you, but I wanted to name all the names that I have on my list, and then I want to talk about all the caregivers that we did reach out to, and then I want you ladies to actually talk about how this affected your lives. You know how this cause that I picked up about 4 or 5 years ago that hit your heart and you wanted to get on here and actually do this as well. So if you ladies don't mind, can I go and give out these names?
Sure, go ahead.
You sure can.
Okay. All right. So here are the corporate people that helped us out throughout these last 4 years. True Rest Float Spa in McDonough, Georgia. They gave out about 10 different packages for people to have free rest or float spa rest. If you've never been to a float spa before, it's basically a chamber that you lay down in a tub of salt, Epsom salt water, and you become buoyant. And they take away all their senses away, so you feel like you're back in your mother's womb. And they try to get you into a different mind state of rest. So it's just like a dream state, and you're being there for 60 minutes. So I had 10 of those and I gave out to caregivers. So I really appreciate True Rest Atlanta. I have Cute Crafty Creations. They was the first ones that made up my baskets for me. I really appreciate them as well. They're based out of South Carolina. We have Special Teas. If you, Michelle, you probably remember when I had those AVM Superhero Caregiver AVM Superhero t-shirts. They was the one that created them for me.
Oh,
And what I did with that is that I gave out t-shirts to people that donated, and so they could be recognized as a donator, as well as we could give money for the caregiver packages. So we want to shout them out as well. Another person is Mother of Teas. She's based out of Rockland County, New York, as well as Houston, Texas. She gave out teas to different caregivers. So I really appreciate that. Um, as you already know, Cola, this is you. Kareem Creations, based out of Georgia via California. And she gave out different types of home remedies for people to have a respite and different things of that nature. And I really appreciate you, Cola, for actually doing that for us. And last but not least, we had one from our Therapeutics Massage based out of Stockbridge, Georgia. He gave out a free 60-minute massage for one of our caregivers as well. So these are all the people that actually helped us out throughout the year. So I really appreciate that. And well, let's take a break from me talking because I'm talking too much. Ladies, would you like to say anything at this moment? Cola, you'll go first if you can, and just speak about what this meant to you and how this affected you. And I'll give you the floor.
Okay. Um, well, myself as a caregiver, in 2017, my husband did suffer from a stroke. And at the time, we had a 2-year-old. So being a caregiver plus a new mom again and the only person working, it was a lot. So I can really appreciate the fact that I wish I could have had someone, to give to me to be able to rest and tell me to rest when I needed to, because we're trying to hold things down in the house to keep things as normal as possible, especially when you have children. Um, Being able to give back is a huge part of my business. Whether I'm at a show, whether I'm doing the gift boxes like this, it's a part of what makes Korean Creation who she is and what makes us what we are. Um, just really, it was more so of a blessing for me to be able to bless somebody else, if that kind of makes any sense. And the way that it's changed my life is um, just being able to help somebody and remind somebody, because sometimes we forget because we're the hustle and bustle of everything we do, but reminding someone to, hey, it's okay to take care of yourself. It's okay to put your needs first, even if it's just in this moment, when you're being tugged up on and constantly pouring from an empty cup. It's okay to refill your cup. So that's kind of how this was able to kind of actually help refill my cup by being a blessing.
Well, I really appreciate you saying that because I know, this was the reason why we created this. We wanted to make sure that the caregivers are not forgotten. Uh, I experienced it firsthand. That I knew how hard it was for a caregiver, but you guys were the unsung heroes, and you had to stand up in the face of adversity. Especially you, as a wife to a stroke survivor. You want your man to be that strong, able man that he was before. And then when you see that this thing happened to him, you're like, wow, what am I doing now? What can I do? I have to be the mother and the father and the wife to everybody in the household. So this is the reason why it was created. And I thank you for saying what you just said.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. So let me bring Michelle back on because I know she's chomping at the bit. So Michelle, um, can you explain to us what this meant to you and why you got a part of this?
Well, I agree with everything Kola said. Am I saying that right? Kola? Um,
Her name is Cola,
okay.
yes.
I'm coming at it from the exact opposite though. I had this stroke on my son's second birthday. So I literally was on the couch and watched my husband, which would be the caregiver, and my son like take care of me. So I found this to be in a good way to kind of pay it forward because it's a very thankless job, but it's also very important. So um, I kind of think it's something that should be recognized and appreciated. That's all I got. You know I hate to talk.
And I'm gonna leave you all there a little bit longer, because I don't care. I want you to talk. I love how you talk, my sister. So I have another person that wasn't able to come on today, but she made a video about this particular event, and she actually wanted to show the stuff that she actually created for this particular basket as well. I'm gonna have you three ladies give out to this last caregiver that we have, but I want to play this video of her so she can actually tell in her own words what this meant to her and what she actually gave back to us. Okay, give me 1 second and I'll play the video.
Hey y'all, I am so excited to be here and honored to be a part of this last stroke survivor caregiver giveaway. Um, and I just want to say before I do this, I want to say that the work that Greg has done, as I tell him online, I'm going to say it now, is inspiring. The journey is inspiring, the work is inspiring, your way of being is inspiring. And so I can't wait to see what's next for you. But back to the caregivers. As a person who had to care for my mom, I understand how hard it can be. And that's why I always enjoyed and was happy to give to the caregiver package. So I put together a few little things for you. This is a my healing journey, and this is really is a therapy journal, but a great journal to start thinking about your life. This was made by Shalise Nelson, who's a licensed therapist. So she made this for people outside of therapy and in therapy where they can really start thinking about things differently and doing the work. There's also this one. I am doing damn good. I hope you're not offended by the word damn, but it's a self appreciation journal. And all caregivers could use some appreciation and some self care. And that's where the real goodies come in. Here's a box. I haven't opened it and I apologize because I'm not going to be able to fit this back in the box so neatly. So, Nausea Beauty by Tia Ferguson helped with this lovely box for the caregiver. It includes some wonderful goodies. Let's see. Oh no, I'm really gonna mess it up. There's a nice little a caregiver t-shirt. How cool. I promise I did not see this. There's some body. This is whipped body, but this stuff is the bomb. I tell you, I have some. And Spring Fling. Ooh, whipped sugar glow. Let me tell you, it's amazing. Oh look, she even included some magnesium spray as well. So you'll get this, and there'll probably be some other knickknacks in there that I'm gonna add before sending. But we just want to say thank you for being an excellent caregiver, and to all the caregivers out there, thank you for everything you do. And Greg.
Okay, Roselle. I'll be great. Thank you, my sister. I really appreciate you actually putting all that together. I was kind of nervous because I didn't want her to step on your toes, Cola, but I don't think she actually did. You had enough stuff that you could add to it too. So, it's just the more the merrier, isn't
Right,
it?
right. No, that I mean, anytime we can be a blessing to somebody, you know, this I mean, it's different things, so it's okay. It's okay. That'll
It's
add on
okay.
to what we have. Yeah,
I saw your eyes
absolutely.
in the background. You're like, what the? Hope she not pushing my toes. Hope she not step on my toes.
No, 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 absolutely not.
All right. Before I say who that person is, I want to go through my list because I don't know if you guys understand how long I've been doing this, and it's kind of done out of necessity for me. I had an AVM rupture in 2017 and 2018. I left my home. I could barely walk. I couldn't drive. I had to figure all this. Oh no, I could drive. I could barely walk, but I had to figure out everything on my own. And I came back home to New York. And when I got to New York, that's when the pandemic kicked in. And I was like, I can't be here because my daughters are in Georgia. I have to be closer because I don't know what this world is going to look like. So I went back to Georgia and I didn't know what to do. And the only thing I could do was give back to these caregivers because the relationship I had with my ex-wife was terrible. And I could see half of it was my fault, or a lot of it was my fault, and base of it off of my thinking and how I was doing things in life. So I was like, you know what? I have to show these caregivers some love because I could see how distraught they are, especially if a person is not the same person anymore and they cannot speak or communicate or they can't rationalize anymore. So this is the reason why I did it. So We started in 2020 and we're just finishing in 2025. We did 56 caregiver packages. So I wanted to get to 60, but I couldn't find enough for that particular number, but I think we did enough. I'm gonna just give out the names of the different caregivers that we have helped out over the years, and then we will talk about our 57th one. And if anybody have any questions or comments or anything they want to read out on this, feel free. If I start messing up on the names, please forgive me. If I start choking up, please forgive me. Like I said, this is a very emotional thing for me. I did this out of love. I did the best I could. Um, People saw my struggles. People saw what I was trying to become. People saw what I was. This is a big moment in my life, and I really appreciate you guys even being here to actually celebrating this with me, to celebrate what we have done for all these people's lives out there. Some of these caregivers, some of them not even married to their stroke survivors anymore. I can understand it. Some of these stroke survivors have died, and it's very heart wrenching. But I'm going to give you these names. So here we go. We got Michael. We have Jenny. We have Barbara. We have Brandy, Kristen, Thelma, Trisha, Robert, Selena, Rhonda, Pinky, Kendra, Erica, Maria, Cola, Brett, Archimina, Kyle, Jesse or Jessica, Jared, Michael, Jasmine, Daisy, Gianni, Estefani, Nikki, Barbara, Brianna. This is my personal favorite right here. Brianna is my niece. She was one of my caregivers. I had to live in my house, and her daughter was my my kind of my therapist. She helped me start walking and get out of my depression state. Zuri, my mom, Dolores, Joey, Leslie, Melissa, Rachel, Antonio, Melanie, Travis, Mike. This is special to Stroke Mom John and Walter, Lynette, Jennifer, Angela, Laverne, Chris, Jolisa, Melissa, Petora, Mishael, Talvin, Jaquez, Fonda, Donna, Jessica, and the first one was Suzette. So these are all the people that we have helped out, and I really thank you guys for helping me out with this journey. This is a very big thing for me, and I appreciate everybody that helped me out along this journey. I just thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I didn't have anything. I didn't have any money. I started this on my birthday, and I got some money, and I wanted to give back to people. That was my birthday gift to the world, and I thank you guys for helping me give back to the world so many times over. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Every dollar went to this. I thank you guys. And enough of that of me, messing up everything. You know, this caregiver package is going to Alicia. She's our last one. So we will gather your information and send it out to you. So I don't know if we have any notes in here. If you ladies want to say anything before we close out, I will see if we have any captions or any notes, any comments, and we'll go from there. So let me look what we have on the board, ladies. Cola, I think this is from you. Mr. Doja, the caregivers are a major part of our journey. The support, the motivation, the encouragement they have given and still give to us, keep us going. Absolutely. So I don't know if that's a shout out to you, my sister.
Thank you, Mr. Doja.
And Mr. Doja again saying thank you, and Trizana Staples is saying well done. She's putting it to me, but I think she's saying it to everybody. And Roselle saying shout out to Nazia _beauty_2000, and also Child Centropedic I believe that's what it is. CHALICENELSONIPC, all on Instagram. They created the box and also they created the books for us. So once again, thank you everybody. I really appreciate you guys. Ladies, do you have anything before we close out?
I just want to say thanks for letting me be a part of it. Because you could let me buy new art supplies. That's a selfish reason. John, I have to get this art stuff. I'm doing it for AVM. I have to.
Well, let me tell you guys something about Stroke Mom. I met her through Instagram, and I just loved what she did, what she was writing, and everything like that. She suffered from aphasia, and I was like, I want to show. And she's like, I don't know, I sound like a bullhorn. And she gave me her phone number and let me hear her answer machine. And I was like, I don't care. Get on the show. I love you. Get on. And we had a great show. And then she's like, her and her husband and her son was giving support to these caregiver packages. And it was like, you know what? I want to create my own stuff for the caregiver package. I'm like, I couldn't. I didn't know when you was gonna say, yeah, come on, because I didn't want to bug you about it. I thought you was just gonna go offer it, and you took too long to offer it. So, about 2 years later, we got in, and you just said, "I'm gonna do it for 4 months," and then you just did it for the rest of the duration of that caregiver package. So, I really appreciate you, my sister. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cola, anything you want to leave off with?
I mean, thank you for, allowing me to be a blessing to others as well. Like I said, it blesses me and it continues to fill my cup. There's one of the main reasons why I created the self-care line that I have, just to be able to help others straighten their crowns.
And how can we find your self-care line?
It is on Instagram, Korean Creations, and the website where you can actually order the products is Korean Creations KoreanCreations.com is the
Okay, cool.
website. So yeah.
All right, guys, these people are not strangers on Instagram. So if you do want to shout them out and connect with them, they will talk back with you. They're not shy. They are really helping out people in this community for stroke survivors and any caregivers. If you want to talk with them and get some insight, they will be happy to talk with you guys. So hit them up. Stroke_mom on Instagram, and Cola just gave her information. So just hit us up and they're there. That's what they did this for. They wanted to be part of this. They came out and helped me out with this, and they will help you out if you have that question. Hopefully they will have the answer or point you to the right direction. Ladies, I thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Have a good